So we know the Xbox Showcase is coming up, and I think, that's going to be a good thing. To be quite honest about it, I've heard nothing but good things about the Showcase, but I'll also point out that for me, as an Xbox fan, I feel like, it's a little bit of a bittersweet situation because at the end of the day, it's just one of those types of things where you need exclusive games. And I'm not saying everything has to be exclusive. Like, listen, I'm all for people being able to play games and stuff like that. Something like Doom not being exclusive, okay, whatever, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Call of Duty, sure, like I never expected that to be exclusive anyway. They come out with a new Crash Bandicoot game or Spyro game, yeah, I never expected any of that stuff to be exclusive. A new Rock Band or a new Tony Hawk game, yes, by all means, multi-plat the hell out of that game. But there are a lot of instances where, you expect things to be exclusive. And the fact that, there's more and more rumors that they aren't, or that things that once were exclusive are going the other way, is really kind of a shame. And this is one of those instances where, that's sort of the situation. So, again, when it comes down to it, we all look at like Starfield, I think, as the kind of defining thing that is holding a lot of people in place. There's a lot of people that are kind of looking at this situation and going, oh, well, Phil Spencer said Starfield's not going anywhere, so, I'm still good. I'm still on Team Green. So, at the end of the day, there is a rumor floating around right now that Starfield is, in fact, going to go to PlayStation and maybe even announced at this showcase. We're supposedly going to get some type of announcement for the DLC, the Shattered Space, whatever it is, DLC, which, I think that's cool. But at the same time, I'm looking at this and I'm going, why haven't we, gotten any kind of definitive answer? There's all types of rumors going around now. Rumors that, Microsoft is going for, a certain type of spec situation instead of actual Xbox themselves. They might very well continue on with the hardware. The main problem that I have with this is it really creates sort of a vacuum in the console space that I just don't think Sony can cover. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't feel like Sony can cover what Microsoft is the loss of Xbox as a viable platform is going to do to, I think, the masses. And what I mean by that is PlayStation and Xbox, those are two high-end platforms, okay? So you have two high-end platforms competing with each other, and, at the end of the day, they both kind of play off each other, and that's good for us gamers. We get the best of everything. We get good deals. We get, better games. This is just a situation where, people are going to just go to PlayStation, I think, right? If you think that PlayStation is going to be the place to play PlayStation and eventually all the Xbox games too, why would you ever get an Xbox? This is a real problem. The other thing is people start saying, oh, well, Microsoft is going to start doing like a Steam Deck kind of thing. Okay, well, some of these things like that new Asus thing is $800, right? And the reason why it's $800 is because it's like, this kind of third-party machine, and people go, oh, well, Microsoft should just, team up with them and do something officially Xbox. Well, how well do you think an $800 Xbox handheld is going to sell? Do you guys not pay attention? Like, I don't understand the thought process that Microsoft has as a company where they go, okay, well, we want subscribers. And subscribers are going to come through console sales, but let's downplay wanting to sell our console and tell people not to buy it. Let's also take away reasons to buy it by putting our exclusive games on our biggest competitor's console, which they use 30% of the money that they earn from that to buy even more exclusives to keep off of Xbox, right? Like, that is a big issue. That's a big problem going forward. And, at the end of the day, I feel like Microsoft is going to have to do better than that. It's a real shame that we haven't seen, anything better than that in terms of, like an apology or something. I don't know. We need some kind of, I think, even if it's not an official apology, we need some kind of way to go. Like, and I've mentioned this prior, right? So to me, we need something that says, okay, this is how we're going to go forward with the future of, Xbox or whatever. We're clearly going to put, stuff that was already on PlayStation. We're going to leave that, and things will continue to be on PlayStation, right? At the end of the day, it is what it is, like if you Doom, or for instance, or Outer Worlds 2, then just come out and say it. Okay, here's the games that are going to go to PlayStation, right? Now there's going to be some Xbox fans that I think will be like, okay, well, because I've seen this already, I've got Game Pass, I like my rental service, and as long as I'm getting my rental service games there, then that's all I care about. So of course those people are going to be happy regardless. They don't understand the overarching kind of situation that they're stuck in, which is, and I know like some people probably already about to turn off the video or whatever, that's fine, but you must realize that the less sales that Xbox has as a console, the less third-party support it gets, the less optimized games it gets. And if they do go ahead with putting PC stores on there, what's to stop a developer from going, we don't need to put an Xbox version. They could just buy the Steam version or the Epic Games version, and it's all the same, right? Like, again, that's not good for Microsoft. That's not good for Xbox. That's not good for fans. And it further degrades the Xbox console experience. Right, and when I say that it's further degrading the experience, I'm being honest about it, because at the end of the day, multiplayer experience has been really, really bad lately. Right, you're forced to pretty much match up against PC players because there's not enough. It'll let you turn off crossplay at the Xbox level, but most games will say you can't do that because then you won't be able to find a match. Right, so you're forced to match up against like PC players, and and a lot of the times you'll run into cheaters and things like that. Only PlayStation has an ecosystem where, they are putting some multiplayer stuff, but they always allow you to disable the crossplay stuff. So it is one of those situations where you're kind of looking at things and, you kind of shake your head a little bit. So Starfield, is that going to be that line? Because we're seeing that, hey, Starfield looks like it's going to be announced for PlayStation here soon. Does that make Phil Spencer a full-on liar? I think those are the type of things that we have to look at as fans and say, okay, what's the line for me? What should we do at this particular point? So, again, for me as a fan, I'm looking at things and I'm kind of just wondering, why Microsoft is kind of in the situation that they're in. And, at the end of the day, I think it's mostly because it's self-inflicted. So, at the end of the day, Microsoft has to, maybe they can change things, maybe they won't, I don't know. But I think they definitely need to kind of do something to kind of lure some people back. And I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. Is there a definitive line drawn in the sand for you if you're an Xbox fan? Is it Starfield because Phil said, no, that's not going? Is it Indiana Jones because Phil said, no, that's not going? Is it Halo and Gears because those are defining games for Xbox? Let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.